Sometimes I think that the media is hard on Trump. Because I'll see shit that they get on him about that doesn't seem bad to me. Like, a nigga got on Trump about not staying in the White House enough. Who gives a fuck? This motherfucker was rich. Used to shit in a gold toilet. It's true. I don't know if you've ever been to the White House. It looks like a very nice place to work, but I wouldn't want to live in that Scooby-Doo ass house either. That shit's terrifying looking. Imagine you trying to jerk off in the crib and Abraham Lincoln's just looking at you like...
As black people, minorities, we used to just being able to watch the news a little bit and then walk off. Not with Trump. Niggas is watching the news like it's the playoffs. Did they say anything about niggas yet? We got one more day then, one more day.
Shit, Bush didn't stay there either. He was rich too. He was like, fuck that, I'm going to my ranch in Texas. Obama was the first motherfucker to move into the White House like, this is a nice place. Look at this rug.
What's the difference between a wet raccoon and Donald J. Trump's hair? A wet raccoon doesn't have $7 billion fucking dollars in the bank.
Involved, excuse me, my turn.
You said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me.
The total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. And your father was never considered smart. He was never considered a good senator. He was only a good vice president because he understood how to kiss Barack Obama's ass. Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's the answer?
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple to, you're a nasty person. Don't be rude. I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news. If I were running The View, I'd fire Rosie. I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. I'd say, Rosie, you're fired.
You call women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail. She's shocked that I picked her.
No.
She's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do. She was big on defund the police. In Minnesota, she went out. Wait a minute. I'm talking now. If you don't mind, please. Does that sound familiar?
His visceral response to attack people on their appearance, short, tall, fat, ugly. My goodness, that happened in junior high. Are we not way above that? Would we not all be worried to have someone like that in charge of the nuclear arsenal?
Mr. Trump?
I never attacked him on his look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there.
Hispanic people, since y'all in here, I'm gonna let y'all know. Black people is y'all's friends. If they come after y'all, they got to come after us. And I can say that because we know if they start coming after y'all, we next anyway. Don't worry, Hispanic people. We will open up that Underground Railroad so quick. We got the blueprints.
The media got on him about putting Jared Kushner in his cabinet, and I didn't think that that was the worst thing he'd done. I mean, it was still early, and I mean, it's not unprecedented. Kennedy had his brother as the attorney general, right? And this motherfucker's a Washington outsider. To be honest with you, I'd probably do the same thing. As a matter of fact, I do. You think I go to a Hollywood meeting with all them white folks by myself? I bring my nigga Mac Mittens from the streets. I don't even know his real name. Everybody just calls him Mac Mittens. But I know he's not qualified to even listen to these meetings, but this motherfucker just makes me feel good. And all the white people look at me like, Dave, do you mind asking your friend Mac Mittens to excuse us so that we can talk business. And I say, fuck that. Anything you say to me, Mac Mittens can hear that shit.
Black people, we got enough problems in America. We don't need no more problems. We know once they start coming for Hispanics, it's gonna be a bunch of light-skinned niggas stuck at the border. Niggas that say, I'm not supposed to be here. I don't even speak Spanish.
Remember when it was the day after the election and the president of Taiwan called Donald Trump to congratulate him? And Donald Trump, you know, of course, took the call and talked to the president of Taiwan. The problem with that was Taiwan doesn't have a president. The United States functions on what they call a one China policy, and Taiwan is a renegade province of said China. And Donald Trump didn't know that and picked up the phone and started yammering away, and the media ate his ass up. And I'm not gonna lie, I was laughing like shit. I was like, oh shit, this dumb motherfucker is in trouble. And then that night I was in bed drifting off to sleep, and then I had to admit it to myself. I was like, I didn't know that shit either.
Trump in office, we don't know what the fuck may happen next. We thought he was gonna be a war right away. We was like, we can't figure out who gonna catch it first. Is it gonna be Russia? Is it gonna be China, Syria, Iran, Iraq, North Korea? Who the fuck is finna get? Find out, public enemy number one is Kathy Griffin. Kathy Griffin? Ain't that a bitch? Fuck out of here. Fucking humor. What the fuck? You the president now. You can't take a joke, motherfucker. You announced your presidency on Comedy Central, motherfucker, after a roast.
And then I realized the media got the story wrong. The story wasn't that Donald Trump took the call. The biggest story is that nobody told Donald Trump not to take the call. It's terrifying. God damn, nigga, you don't have a Mac Mittens on your team? It wasn't like they were calling the White House. They were calling the switchboard at Trump Towers, and they were getting through. Anybody. Mr. President, there's a Ricky Ticky Tabby on the phone for you? Yes, put him through. Hello, Ricky Ticky. Good to talk to you. Mr. President, there's a John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith on the phone. Oh, his name is my name, too. Put him through. Hello, John Jacob. Let's talk business.
It's fucked up. But I tried to tell people on the last tour, it was called conspiracy theory. I tried to tell people what the fuck was finna happen, and it done fucked around and happened. We said Trump had a chance because he was exciting, and America loves excitement. And Trump been saying exciting shit the whole time. He say shit you ain't never heard nobody say ever. Trump said, we are gonna build a wall, and we gonna make Mexico pay for it. Black people all over the world went, Mexico? What type of Mexicans does he know? He must not know no essays or no vatos. You ain't gonna make them niggas do shit.
I want to show a clip that I think can get us off to a good start in this, trying to bridge some of these divides. Let's hear a little bit from Dave in your genre, as you say.
Full disclosure. You are poor. He's fighting for me.
I just think that's such a brilliant distillation of where we are. People don't know. You live in rural Ohio. People think of you as this urban legend. You actually live in rural Ohio.
Yes, I do.
And now we're, 2 years in. The economy has gotten better than it's continued to get better. What would you say to those folks who are still big Trump supporters today as we go into the midterms?
You know, this is a tough question for me, Van. I got to tell you, first of all, the town that I live in is a small town.
Yes.
And it's like a little blue Bernie Sanders Island in the Trump Sea. They love Donald Trump. I don't even know that they love him as much as they're frustrated, they're fed up, and a lot of these white people feel like their voices don't matter anymore. You know, that their concerns aren't important or what have you. So, to be honest with you, in the name of safety, I won't tell him anything about that guy. I don't believe that I'll change him by his mind or anything.
Right.
But for me personally, you know, I get along with everybody, whether I agree with them politically or not.
Right.
Why the fuck is we talking about building a motherfucking wall and the Mexican people have shown us they are professional at building a tunnel on your motherfucking ass. They broke El Chapo out while they was looking at him. They showed that tunnel was as big as this goddamn stage. It had hardwood floors, linoleum, Berber carpeting, central air conditioning, vending machines. They picked him up in a little golf cart and took him to a burro.
What's your argument to people who feel like it's time to give Republicans a chance? You know, it's an argument being made by a minority.
But I'll say this: I'm not a partisan dude. If he ran as a Republican, I'd vote Republican. If I got a chance to vote for somebody like this, I'm voting for somebody.
This isn't about party. This is about ideas.
That's right.
The ideas have kind of migrated from party to party. The Democrats used to be much more conservative. Today, however, unfortunately, there's only one party that stands for civil rights. There's only one party that stands for environmental protection. And we have to, as voters, really listen to the ideas. What I say to folks is that look, the war on drugs has failed. Trickle-down economics has failed. We have to have the courage to put ideas on the table that actually lift up working families, white, black, brown, Native American, Asian American. We've got to move beyond the labels of party and look at ideas, but let's also be clear. Donald Trump's party is Donald Trump's party. And what they stand for right now, we have to fight with everything we have.
I couldn't figure out why the fuck Trump was talking about immigration in the first motherfucking place. His motherfucking bitch ain't from here. She from somewhere else. She from Katt, and white people don't look like that. Y'all need to go check on that white woman. Every time you look at her, she look like a hostage in the interview.
On SNL, you said you wanted to give Trump a chance, but you also wanted to make sure that he gave disenfranchised people a chance. Looking at the Trump presidency almost 2 years in, do you feel that he gave disenfranchised people a chance?
It's hard to tell where Trump ends and his constituents begin, but I think that the rhetoric of his presidency is repugnant. I just don't like the way he talks. I don't like, you know, we're living in a time where there's got to be a little more cultural sensitivity. And even a guy like me that's just writing jokes, I have to listen more than I've ever had to listen because the gripes is coming so fast and furious. And I'm not dismissive of people's gripes. It might sound like it on stage, but I listen. And as a president of a country that's as eclectic as ours, you know, you look around your crowd, you see it's like a patchwork of people. I just think that he's speaking to a very small choir.
Mm-hmm. Someone please help me. I'm not supposed to be here. This is not what I signed up for. I said right then, I said, okay, Trump ain't gonna say no more shit that throw me off guard. Then Trump said the shit that shocked the world. You was watching the news, had your breakfast blunt, and it scared you and your breakfast blunt. Trump said, grab him by the pussy. Where the fuck they do that at? Here we been shaking bitches' hands and hugging and shit.
And there's so many more opinions that the way he engages public is dismissive. I don't like talking bad about the president, but I said we should give him a chance because he's the president of the United States now. What choice do I have?
Right.
But I think you also apologized for that sometime later, didn't you?
Well, I don't ever apologize for that.
Yeah,
what I said is, I said I shouldn't have said that shit.
Trump don't give a fuck. And you can tell he really be grabbing bitches by the pussy too. Because if you watch the news, Melania will not grab that motherfucker's hand for nothing. Every time she grabs for his hand, she do karate. I know where your hands been, motherfucker. You are not.
You know, it is very, very interesting how sometimes we, how can I put it? It is very, very interesting how sometimes we indeed President Donald Trump is a very, very funny and interesting person. And one of the things that makes President Donald Trump very interesting is his love for the country. He's a president that loves the country, and not just love the country, but really loves peace. You know, he wants to see peace within America, and also wants to see peace within the world, which is very, very wants to see peace within the world to say, which is very, very important. That is why you see he's doing everything in his power in making sure that the war in Ukraine comes to an end. And I hope President Zelensky will um will come back and sign the peace treaty or the peace deal. You know, especially starting with the mineral part and take it from there. So it's very, 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 very important. You know, so it's very, very I love to see presidents that love peace, you know. And let me read a response from President Donald Trump after the incident. So if we go, so if we go to, let me go to President Donald Trump's page. Let me on X. And let me read what it says. It says a statement from President Donald Trump. We had a very meaningful meeting in the White House today, that is yesterday. Much was learned that could never be understood without conversations under such fire and pressure. It's amazing what comes out through emotions, and I have determined that President Zelensky is not ready for peace if America is involved, because he feels our involvement gives him a big advantage in negotiations. I don't want advantage, I want peace, which is very important. And that is something the president says that is very, very important. Wanting peace is the most important thing. You know, it says he disrespected the United States in his cherished Oval Office. That is true. We could watch that, especially the way he spoke and all not like that. And I think even at Fox, he was asked about apologies, but he refused. I mean, he decide what he wants at the end of the day. So he can come back when he's ready for peace. So, for real, peace is very important. And I believe that he will come back when he's ready for peace. So it's very, very important. And a lot of people are talking about suits. I mean, you can wear whatever you want to wear at the end of the day, but peace is very, 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 very important. Thank you. And I greatly support the President Donald Trump for his efforts in making sure that peace wins in the world, which is very, very important, because without peace, it's difficult to move further in life, especially when it comes to innovation and establishment and building infrastructures, right? And also people losing their lives every day. It's not a good thing, especially in Ukraine to say, and Russia. So it's not a good thing.